Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time that I've uploaded a video, but I'll try to be more regular now. And now is the time to be in the markets because the market was going down and it has been going up from a couple of days, like 1.5, 2 months or so. But now we have great opportunities, but the most important thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is we'll be making some learning videos from now on. Going forward, I'll be starting a series on what is fundamental analysis. We'll be doing proper learning of how you can analyze stocks, how you can pick your mutual funds, how different type of investing, what type of investing you want, and then we'll also go a little bit high on the next steps that what you can do to understand why these financial gurus that they call themselves, what do they think, how do they react, how do they read those income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statements and all. Well, this is a video that I'm looking forward to because this is the first video where I'll be talking about what is fundamental analysis. This is the first video of our series, what is fundamental analysis. And going forward, there will be 25 around videos in this series to make you completely familiar with financial statements and how you can pick your own winning stock. Like the story that you believe in, the script that you believe in, that why something can happen if it can happen, why the stock can go up, why the next multi-bagger can be a 5x. You don't know how to analyze, you don't know how to look for, you don't know how to research. We'll be doing everything going forward. We'll be learning step by step. It's a little bit of a long process, but once learned, it's an asset, it's a skill set that you'll have, and you can just use it for the rest of your lives. So without much further ado, let's go on to charts and income statements. Well, I'll show you the difference between trading and fundamental analysis. This is, the charts that we look. It's Zomato, right? Zomato. It's data points. Uh, Nothing but share price का data point है बस. यहाँ से क्यों shares बढ़े? कोई देख रहा है यहाँ पे जो ग्रीन ग्रीन नीचे है? It's all because of earnings, good earnings results. रेवेन्यू बढ़ रहा था, कंपनी प्रॉफिटेबल हो गई, इबिडा पे पहले प्रॉफिटेबल हुआ, एडजस्टेड इबिडा पे. व्हाट इज एडजस्टेड इबिडा? What is difference between EBITDA and adjusted EBITDA? Everything we'll learn about how adjusted EBITDA is calculated, how you can reconcile from their net income EBITDA to adjusted EBITDA. What's the difference? Like these are some core finance concepts that no one on YouTube is actually talking about. People, the big people, in consulting and the big financial investment firms, they see core operating profit, not the reported operating profit, because that's how they take a decision that if some things wouldn't have happened, then how the business have would have shot up. So this is the stock price, but today we'll talk about what is fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis, you'll see different kind of stocks in the market. Uh, some related to sectors like FMCG, some IT, and some related to, if I properly talk about, cement and building products. But how do you actually narrow down which stock do you want to buy, which stock you want to actually hold? So let's go and check it out. If you go to the financial reports, like fundamental analysis is nothing but understanding a company from their income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow, and what the management has to say in their con calls, in their expected results presentations, that they come and they give a target and based on which many analysts, they come up with a expected revenue, expected profit that the company can earn on calendar year ending 26, calendar year ending 27. So this is also very important. We'll go into very detail into all of this, because that's what actually drives the stock. At the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to buy low and sell high, right? But what is actually driving the stock is the expectations of the market, because the stock market is a discounting machine. It always looks at what can happen in the future and will react now. Like to the market, it opened gap down because of the fear of war and all in the Middle East, that it's happening because if you think the market will always go up, it doesn't happen like that. It's the market actually at the end goes on fundamentals. There is a frenzy that happens, but then there is a correction, and there is this bull and bear cycles that form. We'll talk about everything in detail in our series of fundamental analysis. So fundamental analysis is looking at companies income statements, balance sheet, and cash flow. But where to find all of this? We have to go to the nitty gritties. I'll show you two kind of reporting, because from geography to geography there is a different kind of reporting. You see, this is just a first video of a series, just a basic note that I would want you all to understand is what to see, what you can expect. That is fundamental analysis for you or trading. Related to trading, there are many videos. Related to fundamental analysis also, there are many videos, but nobody is actually coming and explaining properly how you can do it, right? So if I am a retail investor, what I'll try to do is first I'll go to investor, for example, Zomato. Well, I have some shares in Zomato, so it's my personal interest. I like the company. And the second company is Apple Computers, Apple Inc. So there are two different kind of differences in reporting that you will now see, and I'll make you understand. So in investor relations, you have to type and you will see all kind of reports here. This is like the hub of the company. This is how you can assess whether the company is going to do well or it's going to do bad. So अभी अगर हम यहाँ पे देखेंगे क्वार्टरली रिजल्ट्स, एनुअल रिपोर्ट्स एंड आर्काइव्स, यहाँ पे सब सब मिलेगा। फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स FY19 के भी है इधर, जब जोमेटो था भी नहीं लिस्टेड। सो एवरीथिंग यू कैन सी हियर, दिस इज द पेज जोमेटो के केस पर। ये अगर आप यहाँ पे एप्पल इन्वेस्टर रिलेशंस में जाओगे, देन यहाँ पे एप्पल का रिपोर्ट मैंने वहां से निकाला है। सो यहाँ से आप लोगों को रिपोर्ट्स मिलेंगी। तो बेसिक पे जाएंगे कि रिपोर्ट कहाँ ढूंढना है भाई। फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस सीख तो गया, मैं अभी देखूं कैसे? ना ऐसे देखोगे। यहाँ पे मैंने एनुअल रिपोर्ट खोल लिया है। आप जाके डायरेक्टली क्वार्टरली रिजल्ट्स में भी उसके अगर अर्निंग्स जैसे क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर आता है विद द कंपैरिजन ऑफ QOQ एंड ईयर ऑन ईयर, लाइक मार्च एंडिंग अगर हो गया फॉर एग्जांपल सितंबर एंडिंग दिस ईयर टू सितंबर एंडिंग लास्ट ईयर, ऐसे सारे कंपैरिजंस भी रहते हैं। So this is you always have to look for the consolidated statement of profit and loss, because अगर consolidated statement नहीं देखोगे, then standalone अगर देखोगे, that will be only a part of business. Consolidated gives you the entire picture, what is happening and what's not. So this is the income statement, and what kind of statements are there. This is the income statement, ऊपर जो गया, and this is the consolidated statement of change in equity कैसे बढ़ रहा है घट रहा है of the company. But what will more focus on is the cash flow statement that comes after this. This is the consolidated statement of cash flows. How, what is operating cash flow, what is investing cash flow, and what is financing cash flow. We'll go in detail learning about it, and how are these statements consolidated, cash flow and balance sheet. This is the balance sheet of the company that says you assets equals to liabilities plus total shareholder equity. This is the balance sheet equation that you have to remember, because balance sheet बैलेंस होना चाहिए, राइट? अगर एसेट्स बढ़ेंगे तो इस तरफ से शायद इक्विटी बढ़ा है, दैट इज बैलेंसिंग। अगर लायबिलिटीज बढ़े हैं तो शायद इक्विटी घटा है, अगर एसेट्स कांस्टेंट रहा है तो बैलेंस होता है। So balance sheet में there are some important line items that an investor should look for, because those line items will always help you assess the solvency of the company, the actual financial health of the company, if I must say, and how the company is it debt free, or is it does it have cash surplus? You can access it on the balance sheet. Well, income statement will tell you everything that you need to know, but there is a caveat here. You see, this is Apple's income statement and this is Zomato's income statement, right? There is a difference in reporting, यहाँ पे कैसे रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं एंड वो कैसे रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, इसको हम आगे जाके और भी वीडियोस में जानेंगे। वेल, एप्पल रिपोर्ट्स लाइक सेल्स, कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स एंड ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस, यहाँ पे आपको नहीं दिखेगा डिप्रिसिएशन एंड अमोर्टाइजेशन एंड ऑल वो लाइन आइटम, वो गया कहाँ? एम्प्लॉय बेनिफिट कॉस्ट्स आपको नहीं दिखेंगे उधर। यहाँ पे जैसे जोमेटो बोल रहा है कि एम्प्लॉय बेनिफिट कॉस्ट, व्हाट इज एम्प्लॉय बेनिफिट कॉस्ट? कहीं कहीं पे लिखा जाएगा पर्सनल एक्सपेंसेस, व्हाट इज डीएनए, व्हाट इज डेप्रिसिएशन एंड अमोर्टाइजेशन, ये सारी चीजें हैं क्या? वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड लाइक इसका ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस क्या है, इसका अदर इनकम एक्सपेंस क्या है एंड इसका अदर एक्सपेंसेस क्या है। ये सारी चीजें निटिग्रिटीज ऑफ एन इनकम स्टेटमेंट विल गो डीप डाइव। वेल, फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस अगर मैं फिर बोलूं, इट्स द क्रक्स ऑफ एनी कंपनी टू एनालाइज दैट वेदर दिस कंपनी इज फाइनेंशियली हेल्दी। मेरा पैसा अगर मैं यहाँ पे रख के रात को सोने वाला हूँ, देन मैं क्या सही में चैन की नींद सो पाऊंगा? ये सारी चीजें आंसर करती है फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस। ठीक है। फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस में आप देखोगे कि मार्जिन्स कितने हैं कंपनी के, सेल्स बढ़े नहीं बढ़े, अगर एप्पल इतना रेवेन्यू कर रहा है, कैसे कर रहा है, उनकी कमेंट्री क्या है। Well, fundamental analysis, not from the point of view of stock market, but also from a point of view of an entrepreneur, is if you read annual reports, if you read and listen to management con calls, then you will also understand the mistakes that they made and also the right decisions that they take. You know, how they assess the market, how they assess that whether the kind of business, the market they are entering into will actually give them some cash in the future. तो अगर आप एक एंटरप्रेन्योर भी हो, आपको वो माइंडसेट समझना पड़ेगा, आपको वो बिजनेस एक्यूमेन पहले लेना पड़ेगा। अगर फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस में मैं बोलूं, देर आर, अगर इनकम स्टेटमेंट में हम जाएं, फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस में इनकम स्टेटमेंट जाएं, नंबर वन जो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है इज द रेवेन्यू। रेवेन्यू इज कितना सामान, बस तुम्हें गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज अगर आप सेल कर दिए, आप बेच दिए, कितना सामान बेच के आपको क्या कितना पैसा आया, बस। रेवेन्यू इज लाइक दैट। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई टेक मैं फॉर एग्जाम्पल टी शर्ट कंपनी चला रहा हूं, तो टी शर्ट्स कितने बेच दिए एक साल में, कुछ खर्चा नहीं आएगा उधर, कुछ नहीं आएगा, बस कितने रुपए के टी शर्ट बेचे। तो जोमेटो का अगर रेवेन्यू आप देखोगे फॉर द ईयर एंडिंग March 31st 2024, दैट इज 12,961 crores, right? So it's like $1.5 billion अराउंड उसने रेवेन्यू किया है, ये रुपीज में। एंड अगर एप्पल का देखोगे, ये हमेशा देखना कि ये क्या है ना, मिलियंस में। अगर मिलियंस में, तो एप्पल इज डूइंग $391 बिलियन रेवेन्यू, बस चीजें बेच रहा है वो। एंड व्हाट इज देयर ऑपरेटिंग इनकम? इट्स $123 बिलियन एंड नेट इनकम इज $93 बिलियन। ठीक है। यहाँ पे हमको पहले समझना पड़ेगा, फिर धीरे धीरे हम जाएंगे, हम देखेंगे डिफरेंस बिटवीन ऑपरेटिंग इनकम एंड नेट इनकम, डिफरेंस बिटवीन ईबिटडा एंड ईबिट, ये सारी चीजें में हम डिटेल में जाएंगे। वेल, फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस अगर आपको एक ओवरव्यू मिल गया होगा अभी, वेल, मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ एक one last time. That is, fundamental analysis is nothing but assessing that whether a company's stock is actually healthy या फिर उसमें कुछ गड़बड़ है। फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस हेल्प्स यू टू एसेस कि मैं अगर ये कंपनी को आज खरीद रहा हूं, इसमें से मैं पैसा बनाऊंगा नहीं बनाऊंगा, इन अ मोर क्वांटिटेटिव वे। ट्रेडिंग इज ले फटाफट दे फटाफट, फ्यूचर ऑप्शंस वाला वो तो अलग ही सेक्शन है, उसमें भी हम जाएंगे. बट यस, फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस सीरीज में व्हाट यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट is how you can learn about what is the company's view of looking at things, right? That is what is fundamental analysis is. You have to make a theme, you have to make a story before buying a winning stock. Well, 10 खरीदोगे शायद 5 चलेंगे, 5 अगर 50% चले, एक शायद डबल हो जाए. मार्केट वैसा चलता है. सो आई होप यू guys actually enjoyed this video, because after a long time I'm making a video. Well, I'll try to be more consistent, and see you in the next one. And thank you. See you.